here. I'm back. I'm excited. This is I guess, what is this one? This is episode 8. Let's see what the title is. Bombad Jedi. Okay. Interesting. Okay, Seek. I don't think you're gonna be able to stay in here. Well, guys, I'm here. I'm ready to jump into this. I've been missing Star Wars. I haven't watched an episode of Clone Wars this week yet, so it's like, come on now, we gotta do it. We gotta get into it. So I'm ready to jump in and see some more lessons, because that's really what it is. It's like, I really appreciate the messages, and that's what I think I'm trying to get the channel going. Whereas like a lot of the stuff I was doing beforehand makes sense, because I was just not like I had Arrested Development. Have any of you seen that show? I finally realized the title and what it means. Like in the last year, in the last few months, I was like, oh yeah, they all have Arrested Development up all the way up until Lucille and their father. and you know, it's interesting because the things I used to believe even a year ago and were documented on my YouTube channel, I don't necessarily believe them anymore. And I think that's how it is to grow and mature. And some things that I used to believe or be ignorant on, you know, they could be like cringe or like embarrassing for me, where I'm like, really? That's how I was? But that's really life. And I think you want to get to that place. You want to get to a place where you look back at things and you're kind of like, I'm glad I don't think that way anymore. I'm glad I leveled up a bit. I think that's where we want to be. And so sometimes I get like in my own feelings of like, gosh, I really want to delete some of my videos in the past, like 4 years ago, 5 years ago, but that wouldn't be fair, because you know, it is, that is me, but I'm evolving as we should. And so it's like, why should I erase it? It's not like there's anything horrible or anything like that, but I guess it's maybe just seeing myself. I know where I was mentally. At the time I didn't know it, but now looking back, hindsight is 2020. I can see like, oh, I was really suffering there. And now that I see myself, I could see like how sick I was, like physically sick and mentally just so struggling so hard. And so it makes me sad. So seeing myself like trying to make people happy, but also knowing that I was not even self-aware enough to know that, well, I knew I was not doing well, but I also didn't realize to the extent. And then even my face was more swollen. I don't know. There was a lot going on. So there's parts of me where I feel so vulnerable, because these are really sensitive parts where I was not very self-aware, and that's out in a public forum where anybody can watch and be like, and judge me. But that's weirdly life. And we live in this weird time frame where pretty much, yeah, if you put yourself out there, you're going to be judged. And a lot of people don't like change. Most people don't. It's not very comfortable. So seeing these changes might be like what the hell is going on? But it's because it's just, there's a lot of growth. And so I'm not sure why I even went into that tangent, but I think it's because I really appreciate the Star Wars journey that I'm on, because it's very reminiscent of levels of like growth. You know, you see Anakin, and you have Ahsoka, you have Obi-Wan Kenobi, you have Yoda. Yoda's like at the top. He's top tier guy, right? Like he's the know-all, everything is, he's Zen, because he just realizes the world, and he realizes that he can be a light to everybody, and everyone else is still on their growth. Like Obi-Wan Kenobi, yet he's a little bit more wise than Anakin. He fails in some aspects too, kind of like in the last episodes where he's like, it's just a droid. And I'm like, why, Obi? Like, for being such a like profound and beautiful person, how are you looking at this as R2 is just a droid? Like, you know, R2 has been with us. I'm a part of this crew, with us for a long time. What the hell are you talking about? And then so you have Anakin, where he has these moments where he's so brave, much more brave than Obi-Wan Kenobi, getting into a relationship with Padme. Like Obi, I think, you know, he's worried about his, I'm kind of projecting or reading into him. I don't know if this is true, but from my perception, he's fearful a little bit of like, he abstains from relationships because he knows it will harm him. So he abstains from the romantic side of things because he just wants to, he has a goal, and I respect it. But I think it makes him a little bit more fearful than Anakin. Anakin is much more, he's stronger in that aspect than him and a lot of other Jedi. And so it's just cool to see that, because in real life, that's what it is. We're living in a place where everyone's coming from a different place, a different perspective, and most of us are arrested. Most of us have arrested development, and we just don't realize it. And we find that show just hilarious because it is. But then when you really look at it deeply, you're like, oh man, this is a sad show. And it's relatable because like that was like so many instances in Arrested Development. I'm like, that's like, I grew up with that. Yeah, 100%, I get that. And yeah, it's so interesting. But I think it's just cool to be watching this, and I can just relate to it, and I appreciate the messages. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, I'm gonna jump into this episode. I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. And let's hope my cat behaves here. We'll see. She's in my lap. All right, I'm going to count down. Heroes are made by the times.
On a vital mission of peace, Senator Padme Amidala journeys to the outer rim.
A vital mission of
desperate
peace.
To ensure its loyalty.
Oh, Padme, I love you.
I just received word that you have ventured through enemy territory into the outer rim.
For peace.
You should not need to worry, Chancellor. As representative of
Jar Jar, look out!
Cut out of here. Jar Jar's still like this even in here. Oh, wow. They have like pods. They can't live outside.
Jar Jar, you would be doing me a great favor by staying with the ship.
Misa knowing Misa be big help with the negotiations.
I won't be long.
Misa understands, my lady.
Oh, she's so sweet to him though. Well, you know what? Jar Jar might fit in here, to be honest. Wow, this is gorgeous. Oh my god, look at the flowers. And then, are those little mushrooms?
I know it is not your fault, but my people starve. The Separatist leader Newt Gunray has promised to support us with a very generous relief effort.
Oh.
He will bring war to your system just as he did to mine many years ago.
I am afraid I have
already
done what I must.
Because they're hungry. Oh god, Padme. No, Roger, Roger.
3PO! Come in, 3PO!
Stop her!
Oh gosh.
No one can help you now.
I am so sorry.
Well, good. Actually, Jar Jar was not there.
Choice.
There's always a choice.
Yeah,
To
there
live
is.
in fear is no life at all.
Oof, thank you, girl. Preach to me, because I've been living in fear for like this whole week. I've been stuck in my fear thoughts.
Oh, my stars. Battle droids.
Stop where you are.
Jar Jar. Jar Jar! There, he is so silly. Oh!
Jar Jar, you great driftwood, you're squashing my circuits.
Blast them.
Hang on,
3PO.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Okay, there you go.
Crab droid is headed right for you.
Headed for Misa?
Oh god.
Watch out. I can't bear to watch.
But he still watches.
Jar Jar!
Oh no.
Oh no. Jar Jar's been killed. I knew something like this would happen.
That's you. I don't think. I mean, why do you jump to that? I mean, he is kind of on the negative, pessimistic side.
Misa okay, Threeso.
Threeso.
Okay.
Well, if you've finished messing around, I need help.
But Misa saved you.
Oh no.
I can. Oh no. Oh my god.
Well,
Oh.
that's the end of our
Oh.
trip.
No, that hurts. That's such a gorgeous ship. Padme, I'm sorry.
Here's a button that's still working.
What did you break now?
If those droids attacking us, Padme's probably in trouble.
My lady gave us very specific instructions to remain here.
Now this is where Jar Jar comes in.
Something's wrong over here.
The battle droids will surely capture you. Or worse, me.
Where is Senator Amidala?
Awaiting your arrival, as promised.
Excellent.
We are holding the senator in the detention tower.
I hope it is not too painful for her.
Yeah, right.
Look, a Jedi.
We're doomed.
Oh god.
Jedi?
Jedi? Where's a Jedi?
Kill the Jedi!
We surrender. We surrender.
Ah! Forget surrender. We surrender.
Oh my god.
Is
Oh.
he dead?
He slipped through this grate and went underwater.
Oh right, he can do that. Oh wow, you know what? Sometimes things work out really well.
I'll just be going now.
If only
And
he
take
had
that
jets.
Republic droid scum to the dismantling center.
No, they always try to dismantle him. Ooh. Oh, what? Oh my gosh. What in the world is that? Very cool.
There's a bad boogie monster down there. You betcha.
You know you will soon be destroyed. I can't tell you how many times I've seen battle droids sliced in half by a lone Jedi.
All right, cut the chatter. I want you troops to go outside and secure the perimeter.
She's so capable. Man, she's so cool. God, I want to be on her level.
How did she do that?
Nice, 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 nice.
There's the alarm button.
God, she's so amazing. She's just the coolest, and she's there for peace. She can kick some butt, but she's there for peace.
3PO,
Mistress Padme, thank the Maker you're safe.
where's Jar Jar?
Well, I'm afraid he went to rescue you.
No.
What about the Jedi?
It appears the battle droids have mistaken Jar Jar for one.
That's not good.
Well, it is good, I think. Good distraction.
The ship has been destroyed.
Battle droids?
No.
Jar Jar?
Jar Jar.
All right, then.
Viceroy
They're all gonna meet up
when
right
can
there.
we expect the supplies to arrive?
I'm sorry. Your request will be taken into consideration after Senator Amidala's execution.
Execution? We were promised.
You are under my protection now, and you will do what I demand of you.
I have made a grave mistake joining with the Separatists.
Cho'Ativate.
Be on alert for that Jedi. He is our only hope.
She escaped, sir.
Escaped.
It's the Jedi. Sir.
Shoot him!
Oh no! Oh my gosh. I feel like this is a really good use of Jar Jar. Even though he is like clumsy and like frustrating, it's not like unbearable. And it's charming in this series. Oh my god, that's a bomb. Oh my goodness. Oh gosh. He's screaming underwater. My God, I would be too. My goodness.
What the?
She's so cool. Oh. Ooh.
Who is this?
I am C-3PO, human cyborg.
No droids. This code is for military use only.
This is a priority message from Senator Amidala on Rhodia. We require immediate assistance. Oh,
Thank God he did. He kept talking. No.
Okay, Boggy? You saved me. You are my new pal.
Aww. Aww.
I think Jar Jar's dead, 3PO.
not again. Oh, poor Jar Jar. He was always such a misfit.
It's the Jedi.
Shoot him! Shoot them all!
Is that the slug? Oh, good. Nice.
That Jedi has summoned a monster.
He summoned him. No, he just made friends with him. It is him just walking away. He's like, this is my town. Get out of here.
At last, we can finish this.
Anaconda, it is about time.
Uncle Anno, I think it's time to tell the Viceroy about our little secret. How you never meant to leave the Republic. And how you truly care what's best for your people.
You will pay for this treachery.
Viceroy, you are going to spend the rest of the war in a cell.
Oh, wow.
But our Republic warships, the clones have arrived.
We got your message, General. What are your orders?
My message got through.
Take
That's
this
awesome.
separatist scum away.
Everybody just uses that word. Republic scum. Separatist scum.
You're either the bravest or the most foolish Jedi I have ever met.
I'm just a Gungan, and I don't think I'm either.
Well, I think you're a little bit of both.
Can you ever forgive me, Padme?
It is the Republic that should be asking your forgiveness, my old friend. Far too often we forget that our most important allies are not always the most powerful.
That was awesome. I have to go back to the beginning because the title, Heroes Are Made by the Times. So that was in regards to Jar Jar Binks, which is so cool. He's an important character, which is so funny because I just despised him in the prequels. Like God, it was so frustrating. But I feel like they're doing his character right in this series. And this episode was so funny. It was like I was watching the Three Stooges or something. You know, it's like one thing after the other, and people trying to throw pies in each other's faces and blocking the finger chip. Like, it just was funny and like the best way. And then C-3PO's dry humor of, oh no, he's dead forever. And he's like, oh, he's back. Okay. But heroes are made by the time. So if Jar Jar Binks can be a hero and believe in himself and just try to protect someone, and because of that, he gets the courage and he gets the strength to do so, anybody can do it. Any one of us can be a hero. Anyone. It's not, you don't have to be buff and tall and big or look a certain way or believe a certain way. Each of us has that within us. And I think that this is what, you know, it's like these examples. And that's why these shows are targeted towards children, because children are much more susceptible to that's why kids want to be superheroes. That's why it's important for them to watch certain shows like this, or I don't know, X-Men, the Ninja Turtles. I like that. Like, you know, Ninja Turtles are cool because they're just, you would never expect turtles to be your like hero, and yet they are. And everybody, so it's just like cool. Everyone has a part to play. Everyone can be a hero, and it's just dependent on like what you're faced with. So I thought that was a well done episode. It was fun. And Padme is always great too. She's so capable. And I just think, gosh, she said something about don't fear, or if you live in fear, if you live your life in fear, then that's no life at all. Something like that. I'm like, yeah, I've been there. I've been like, I get stuck in my fears. I'll get extremely anxious. And when I start to get anxious, I start to think of all the things that could go wrong. And I get in this looped cycle of fear. And it's been getting worse. Honestly, it feels like it gets worse and it gets better. And then it gets better and then it gets worse. And some days, like this week, for example, it's felt like I've been majority of my days I am filled with fear and anxiety. And then there's just moments of peace. Like right now, I'm okay. But it's like that feeling of like, I know I'm gonna get it. And that then makes the anxiety come. And it's tough. I want to talk about it more in separate videos, but because I know I'm not the only one struggling. I know that. So it's just like having an open conversation about stuff like this is, I think, just helpful for everybody, including myself. But anybody who's going through something similar. But it was nice to hear those words. A good reminder of like, yeah, you can't living in fear. You'll make the wrong choices. You spend your time doing the wrong, like thinking about things that are just not happening. We're not in the present anymore. We're not able to enjoy the things we can enjoy right now and focus on the here and now and like prepare for the future. That's a good thing, but focusing now is good. And then like I don't remember, Uncle Ano, was that his name? His fear because of his people starving, which I completely understand. I was faced in a situation like that. Starvation as a death sentence, that's terrible. I've never starved. I've never had a day where I didn't had food. I'm lucky and privileged for that. I have said, oh, I'm starving. And I've literally had to recently curb that and also tell my kids, don't say that, because we are not starving. We're just hungry. And it's okay to even feel some hunger for an extended amount of time, like during the day. We're not going to die. If we're not eating, if it's been 6 hours and we haven't had food, it doesn't feel comfortable, but we're not going to die and we are not starving. And so I've had to curb that, because starvation, I mean, just the little bit of like, if I don't eat for a few hours, I'm all like, oh man, I feel like crap. And I'm just like, man, people are literally dying right now with no food, no water, no shelter. And I'm sitting here comfortable. Sometimes I just get so frustrated with my own self, because it's just, it's just sometimes you're just like, man, you're so selfish. And so it's just so silly. The things that we might get like, we're so spoiled. We really are. And yeah, it's just, starvation as a death sentence sounds like the most cruel thing. So I understand him wanting to make a deal with anybody if he can at least help his people. He's not a bad man. He wants to help his people. However, that fear of losing his people or letting them suffer made him choose the wrong choice. It was a wrong decision. And thankfully, he was able to change that. And now he's still going to get aid from the Republic. But at the same time, yeah, I don't blame him. But it's really beautiful to hear these words of fear. Living in fear is just not good, because you will always, and I'm telling you this as someone who suffers with fearful ideation and scary thoughts and the what ifs and the woe is me, like, you will waste your time. You will make very impulsive decisions, and usually those don't work out. And as we see here, it was a big issue. Like, he made a mistake, but thankfully it's a cartoon, so it's able to be swept under the rug and we're fine now. But yeah, try not to live in fear. And I'm saying that to myself too, but try your best. And it's possible. It's just very difficult to get out of it. I'm not going to lie to you. it's difficult, especially if you are alone and you don't have your support system and you don't really think highly of yourself. It becomes tough. It's not impossible, but it's really tough. But watch these shows, listen to my words, and know that it is possible. You're not alone. You are somebody, and you are worthwhile. And each of us, are a hero, and we can live up to being that hero. We can. It reminds me of Suicide Squad when I don't want to spoil it, but there's this one character who's just like, I'm a superhero, and I'm just like, yes. And then something happens to that character, but it's just like, yeah, you believed in yourself and you were doing something, and maybe the end result wasn't what you thought it was going to be, but it doesn't change the fact that you were doing the work you need to do, which is take care of other people and taking care of yourself. So, all right, I'm going to jump into the next episode. Thank you guys for watching with me. Bye, everybody.